The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
By tomorrow, I will rule the world!
You think he's gone? He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone!
Is this some radical new therapy?
You see?
Well, I must have not been paying attention when you were just talking to me. Do you think that you could repeat the question?
1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, good.
I got it set for you. I know how this works.
I'm not worried.
I'm so good at it now. Last week you had to, or the other week you had to say, "Can you turn me down?"
I know, right?
2 years and I've never heard that from you. Can you turn me down a little?
Things you never thought Tom would say.
I know. That would be a really small book. More like a haiku.
I love you, and please turn it down.
Yeah.
How about I'm sorry for causing trouble?
No. That you'll definitely never
Yeah.
hear. All right, should we shot this show? Or?
Yeah, let's do it.
I know he's got a lot of stuff to get to.
He does. He's been a busy guy.
I'm actually the guest today. He's actually hosting.
Yeah.
Oh, I could be like the Jay Leno guest host.
Right.
Ah, I like it.
When Johnny Carson used to go on vacation.
Yeah,
Right?
we should have just started without Tom.
Right? I could have slept in for an extra hour.
No.
That
Next
would have been
time.
great. I would give anything for an extra hour of sleep.
Oh, my goodness.
Bring me out of my mind. I can tell my voice. It is getting better. We're in month 8.
Yeah.
And it is getting better. All right, let's get this show on the road. Hi, how you guys doing? My name's Tom Duggan here with the Paying Attention podcast. High atop Two Guys Smoke Shop at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. We've got a pretty good show for you today. We've got our friend David Consoli is here, and we did a restaurant show, I think last August. It was our highest rated show.
Yep.
So we just did another restaurant show, but we put it in the can, which means if there's a day that I can't make it or Chrissy's not going to be here or something happens, we've got a show that we can run that's not timely.
Yeah.
But what I did do is I took some of the restaurants from the last restaurant review and some of the restaurants I reviewed on last week's show that will air another day, and I put them in the newspaper because I thought maybe it would be great for our readers to know what some of the great restaurants are. And then David Consoli said to me that, he said, why don't we do something like on just local businesses? And I thought, oh, that's a great idea. We'll do something on local businesses. But rather than have me come in always and just do my opinions, why don't you come in and tell us who you think are like good businesses to do business with in the Valley? Are they all going to be like landscaping type businesses?
So
or you have like pizza shops?
No, when we discussed this in August, it was about the general public's having a hard time finding people to do repairs and general maintenance on their properties.
Right.
So it's all about people that I have relationships with, I've had good experiences with, and I'm going to give you my recommendations. Now,
good.
there was originally we were going to do a good and a bad, but I'm afraid of coming in and being negative on
Well, you
people
don't get
that
any
I've
votes
had.
that way.
Nah, well, stop it. So we want to talk about people that I would recommend, and I'll give you a little bit of history and experiences that I've had with the good people. See, he likes to cause trouble, Chris.
I'm sorry.
He can't help it.
I can't help
He
it.
cannot help it. It's just what he does.
You never get any votes that way. All right, so can we start over?
No, this is it.
This is way too early for me. I've got the giggles. Okay, so you're not just focusing on like landscaping. You're focusing on like people that can fix your house, people that can do roofing. We want to make sure that we
Correct.
mention our sponsors before you do that,
Yep.
because some of them do that. Marsan and Son Construction, whom we highly recommend. Love Ronnie Marsan. He's very good to our veterans, even though he's not an elected official anymore. McLennan Real Estate, Century 21. I've been following some of their little movies they've been putting online. Pretty funny stuff. Good way to get people to pay attention to your business. Who else? EIS, Investigation and Gun Training. I'm going shooting tomorrow with Joe Solomon. And I'm going to make sure he stands in front of me because I'm not taking any friendly fire from behind. Borelli's Deli, by the way, Borelli's Deli, real quick. I tried something new at Borelli's last week when I left the show. Yep.
What did you try?
I tried, it's the Sweet Asian Chili Chicken. So it's chicken marinated in a Sweet Asian chili sauce.
Ooh,
It was really tender. It was really good. It's something that I'm going to order a lot more of. So if you go to Borelli's Deli, you might want to try that. AFC Urgent Care, a free shout out to Clear Path for Veterans New England. Tomo and Shaken Seafood, which I'm going to be tonight for dinner, and Pleasant Valley Landscaping, our friend David Consoli.
That guy right there.
Oh, that's him
Hi,
right there.
that's him.
He doesn't like it when you call him Dave, so you have to make sure you say David to remind yourself not to say Dave.
There's no E in my first or last name.
No, all right, okay. All right, I think Dave Abdu might dispute that. And also a free shout out to JG's Ice Cream. We love the Jafrida brothers. They're awesome people. So talk to us about the businesses that you do business with, that you have a pleasurable experience. And by the way, don't feel bad if there's a business that's done something really horrible that you want to mention, like, I've had a bad experience with.
Well, let's see how much time we have.
All right, okay.
A big shout out to your producer. She is amazing.
Yes, she is.
She helped me
guys.
put together this list and get some graphics.
Yeah.
So let's get rolling.
All I care is that she has the hottest voice on podcast or on radio anywhere.
Oh, thank you.
All right, Chrissy, let's get rolling.
Listen, if I had my
All right,
way,
what do we
Chrissy
got?
would be doing the show and I'd just be watching.
Oh, God.
I'm taking all the sponsor money then.
Right, absolutely. I'd be happy to share that with you if you could just talk throughout the show. I'd be happy.
Sure.
So, all right, Dave Consoli from Pleasant Valley Landscaping. By the way, you're looking for workers, so I've been pumping.
We have at least
workers.
one opening, maybe two.
Okay.
So we got a really good group of people. We're just looking for that right fit. Every
Mm-hmm.
once in a while, we hire someone, and like our most recent hire, great guy, but just called in sick a lot.
Yeah.
He was here 9 or 10 weeks, and he didn't work a full week the whole time.
Oh, wow, that's too
So,
bad.
and then it gets to, losing 1 day a week to calling out 3 days a week. And
You might as well just hire somebody
the
else.
co-workers are like, we're done with this.
Yeah.
We want to know what we're facing when we walk through the door every day. So,
Mm-hmm.
so all right, let's get started.
Yeah. Let's go. What's our first? What do you got up first on your list there?
You pull it up.
I see.
Oh, we're going to do, it's like show and tell. This is great.
Yes.
It is.
So our first contractor that I recommend is a tree company out of Andover. It's called Ferris Tree Service. Their phone
Andover?
number-
You
Yep.
do business in Andover?
Yes.
I don't do business in Andover.
So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Ferris family.
All right.
So about 26 years ago, we hired them to take a tree down on one of our job sites, and never used them before. They came out, gave us a price, did the job. I went to inspect what they did and found that they left our property cleaner than when they arrived.
Nice.
Okay, so when you hire a tree service, the problem we were having with other tree services was they would come, they'd take the tree down, leave a mess. There'd be sawdust everywhere, twigs everywhere, and we would have to clean it up because the customer expected the place to be
Right,
clean.
sure.
So I have used Ferris Tree Service exclusively for 26 years.
Wow.
Okay, they are amazing. And I want to predicate this with all of my contractors. If you are looking for the cheapest price, tune out now. Because I don't really price shop and look for the cheapest price, because when I've worked with people or other contractors that give me the cheaper price, they've always underperformed. So the people that I'm recommending right now, they're fairly priced. Some of them may be a little bit, on the higher price
you get
range.
what you pay for.
But it's perfection.
Right.
And they deliver, they do it when they say they're going to do it, and they do a really good job. So
It's
those
like-
are the people that I'm going to refer.
Right. It's like going to the Phoenician restaurant. It's a little bit more pricey, but the food is so good it's worth it.
I say that
Yeah.
every time. I don't mind paying for a $50 steak if that thing tastes like a $50 steak,
Right,
But if
right.
I'm paying for a $50 steak and I'm getting the,
Yeah,
the driest piece
I
of-
recently hired someone to work on one of our big trucks, and he was the cheapest, but he was the only one available. Disaster.
Right.
It was just constant excuses. It was late. The work wasn't very good. So, so lesson learned. So Ferris Tree Service, they're located in Andover. It's a family-owned and operated business. They're great. So I highly recommend them. So who do we got next?
All right.
Oh, this guy. Patriot Go Green and Lawn Care.
Anything with Patriot in it is okay with me.
The owner's name is Carl Izzy. Carl and I have been doing business for 30 years. Wow. Okay, since 1993.
Wow.
He is, by far, the most honest person I've ever met.
Really?
Okay? Wow. Are they perfect? No. They service, they've done thousands and thousands of service calls. They service hundreds of properties for us. They do all our fertilizer. If you have mice in your house, bed bugs, they also do pest control. Mm-hmm. Now, the reason why I love Carl and his team, sometimes we have a miscommunication. Sometimes things aren't done on the right day.
It happens.
Every time you call that office and say, I have an issue, the answer is no problem. There's never an excuse. They always make it right, and they always go back and take care of it. Nice. That's what I want. The communication ahead of time is excellent. So I would call Carl and his daughter Laurie at Patriot. They're located in Methuen off of Broadway, and their phone number is on the screen.
It seems like they should be advertising with us. If your name is Patriot anything, you should be advertising with us because our readers are automatically going to see the name and they're going to want to go there.
Okay. Well, Carl's a good guy. You give him a call.
Right.
Also, if you are looking for the phone numbers, we're displaying them on screen as we talk about them today, but every phone number for every business, if you go into the show notes below, I've dropped them all.
And I also just perused his list real quickly. It doesn't look like any of them are advertisers, so we're not getting paid to say this, okay?
No, not a
just
single one.
want to make sure everybody knows that, like, when I do restaurant reviews, people say, oh, well, you always say good things because they all advertise with you. No, there's only one restaurant that advertises with us of all the ones I reviewed. So.
Okay, so the next contractor, this is funny, Ramsden Painting. I just left them. They're at my house. The whole place is. These guys are so fussy. They came and did a major project at my house, covered everything in plastic. They were on the higher end for price point, but they were perfection. I did not want to have overspray in the house. I did not want to have paint droplets. They cover everything. They come when they say they're going to come. And I'm so happy I just had them come back. They're at my house now. My wife's not happy because I keep adding stuff. You know, I'm like, oh, wow, this looks so great. Can you do this room? You know, so they're there right now. I just left them. Ron Ramsden started the business. His son, Mike, has taken it over. He's a great guy, good communication, and his staff is amazing. They're really, really clean. They're located out of Methuen, and Ramsden's phone number is on the screen as well.
Yep.
So I don't have that in front of me, but
that's all right. 1-800-PAINTING.
Yeah, 1-800-PAINTING.
Just in case you.
Yeah.
It's a hard one to remember,
So
everybody.
you can press pause on the podcast if you want someone's phone
Yeah.
number.
Right.
No, they're all on the list below. You can literally just scroll
Awesome.
down right now. They're all there. Our next one we have.
All right, this guy, love him. Kevin Dupont. He owns a company called Roof Rescue out of Salem, New Hampshire. Now, I built my house about 15 years, well, it's 18 now, 15 years ago. And my son Joseph put a drone, he was playing around in the yard. He said, Dad, you got some loose shingles up there. So come to find out, when I built my house, the IKO shingles were defective. There was a class action lawsuit. And I had to put a whole new roof on my house. Now, you know how big my house is. Pretty big project.
It's a mansion.
My sister recommended this guy. She said he had never heard of him. Okay? He comes out when he says he's going to come out, returns my call right away. His office staff, he's got this woman, Anna. She runs his office. She's amazing. Returns emails right around, gets you samples. They came with 9 guys, stayed at my house for a week. Again, Tom, I came home from work. My yard was cleaner than when they started the project. They even cleaned my leaves.
Nice.
They cleaned all the nails. There wasn't a speck of shingle around. The place was spotless. The roof is amazing. I was so happy that I tell everybody about this guy. My neighbor next door, Bob, he's had 2 roofers come out to fix leaks in his house. He still has problems. He called this guy. They ripped the whole roof off, did it. He said it's the first time since he's owned that house that the roof hasn't leaked.
Nice.
Wow. And he did an amazing job. So I would call Kevin Dupont at Dupont Construction and Roof Rescue if you need roof work. Amazing people.
Nicely done.
Yep.
We got Cornerstone.
Okay, Cornerstone. Johnny Coroto owns Cornerstone. Now, this is an electrical service. This particular guy has done multiple projects for me, and he's actually hired us as a contractor. He does full-service electrical work. He wired my house. He wired my commercial building. He has now expanded his business into plumbing, HVAC, house cleaning. There's all kinds of stuff that they do. I'm only familiar with the electrical side. Again, the most honest guy you've ever met. He just built a new commercial facility in Salem, New Hampshire that we just did the landscaping on. And again, phone calls returned right away. He is amazing electrician. We had an issue when we were building our commercial facility that we failed some inspections with Methuen. I told the builder, you're done, get out of here. I called this guy, I said, you have 11 days to do this whole building. He came in with a crew of 4 or 5 guys, did it all in 11 days. They worked their butts off, and I can't recommend them highly enough. They're really, really good people, and if you're in the electrical trade or the HVAC trade, they are hiring, and they are the nicest people to work for. I actually want my son Joseph to go work for them, but he's comfortable. He's comfortable in the electrical company that he's at. So,
all right,
okay, so call Cornerstone. They're located in Salem, and the number's on the screen.
All right, next we have Uptack.
Uptack Plumbing and Heating. Very, very high-end plumbing company. They do air conditioning. They do radiant heating. They do geothermal. They do plumbing. They're pretty busy, but if you call them and you say, I need an appointment, they may say to you, we can get to you in 3 weeks, but they do come, they do communicate with you before and after the sale. And I can honestly say everything they've done for me personally has been top notch. We put in something called a Superstore water heater that runs all the radiant in my house. And 10 or 11 years later, there was a small malfunction. They came and said it was covered under warranty.
Wow.
And they did it for free.
Wow.
So they're great people. Only issue, if it is a negativity, is unless it's an emergency, you might have to wait a couple weeks to get some service because they're very popular. Okay? So Uptack, they're located in Haverhill, right off of 97. Good company to do your plumbing and heating.
Beautiful. Next, we have American Gutter.
Okay, American Gutter. Here's a company that I used to use, and I am so sorry that I left them.
Really?
Yes. I hired another company that came out, and the company is located in Lowell. They're an absolute disaster. They've damaged my bushes. They make a mess. They don't come when they're supposed to. They showed up last week to clean my gutters with ice in them and things of that nature. I'm going back to this company because my mom uses them, my friends use them, my siblings use them. They come on time. I don't know why I stopped using them. I think it might have been a price point, something they went up, and I shopped around. Huge mistake.
Yep.
So the owner's name is Jose. I found him to return calls on a reasonable time frame. They're located on Main Street in Tewksbury. I recommend them based upon past experience and from what other people are telling me. So give them a call if you need your gutters cleaned.
Do you have a great newspaper on there?
Valley Patriot, number one.
Just checking.
Number one.
All right.
I don't bite the hand that feeds me. Neither should you.
Not if you want to get elected.
Oh, my goodness.
Next company.
Acorn.
Acorn Wood Products. Okay. These guys are located on Water Street on the Lawrence-Methuen line. Custom cabinetry. These guys did a lot of work for me in the past. I have a lot of high-end customers in Andover. So if you need like built-ins, custom desks, kitchen cabinetry, oh my God. If my wife didn't keep me on a leash, I would have had this guy do all kinds of things.
Right.
They are fairly priced. Their craftsmanship is like stuff you see on TV. It is amazing. So they did a lot of work for me. I know that my builder at the time used them exclusively, and I can't say enough for them, about them, on what kind of quality work they do. So give them a call if you need bookcases, custom cabinetry, kitchen, they do everything from soup to nuts.
Beautiful. Same day appliance repair.
Okay. Now, this company has a location in Woburn, and they have one in Salem, New Hampshire. There is not a single thing in my house that they haven't repaired. They have rebuilt my double ovens. They're coming next week to fix an ice maker on my refrigerator. They've done my stove. They've done we have a little beverage refrigerator. They've done my washer, my dryer. They have a really interesting business model. You pick up the phone, you call them, they come out the same day. You have to pay them $179 for the service call, whether you fix it or not. Okay? That money is rebated when you get the repair done. They estimate the repair right on site. They order the parts, they come back, and they fix it for the price quoted. And you keep your credit card on file.
Nice.
Oh my God, did these people call you right back? Oh my God, did they show up when they say they're going to show up? As a matter of fact, they came out to look at my ice maker 2 weeks ago, and in that 2 weeks, I've gotten 3 phone calls apologizing because the parts haven't come in, and now the parts are in, and we scheduled it for next week. They wanted to come today, but
You had to be here.
you needed me.
That's right.
So I'm here.
Awesome.
Okay, so call same day service. The service manager's name is Wayne. They do a great job.
Beautiful. All right, we got Albright's Abbey Carpet and Floor.
Okay, this is an interesting company. They're located on 114 in Lawrence. Carpet cleaning. These people are great. My wife sends area rugs out to them. They have the price point. You pay them in advance. They take your rugs. They clean them. Every time we get rugs back, they're perfect. They do installs. They do in-house carpet cleaning. They do everything. I have found them to be the most service-oriented out of all the carpet places that I've went. A lot of times, if you walk into certain carpet places, because we're looking to replace a couple rooms, and I'm not sure Albright had what I was looking for, and I went to a few different places. They had limited displays, employees that were like, they put their hands up, I don't know. You go into this place, they kind of swarm on you. What do you need? Here's some samples. So I found that these people were pretty receptive. Price point, I find, is reasonable. So if you're looking for carpet cleaning, whether it's area rugs or full rooms or full carpet installs, they also do hardwood as well. So call Albright. They're conveniently located on 114 in Lawrence.
I'm going to have to, because I was actually just looking for a carpet cleaner today. Look how helpful this show is today.
I'm all full of useful information.
You are.
Okay. Oh, this is one of my favorites. MP Roberts Insurance. Mike Roberts. They're located on Chickering Road in North Andover.
I know them well.
You need home insurance. They do. I spend, you would fall down if you knew what I spend with them. They do about 17 vehicles for me, multiple properties for me, commercial, residential. They do my liability, my workman's comp, whatever. I used a company for 25 years, and they made a mistake on a claim. And we asked if the claim could be paid. It was a $280 claim. They put it through the insurance and then surcharged me $3,000. Wow. I asked them to make it right. They said no. A friend of mine sent me to Roberts Insurance. I wasn't price shopping, but holy SHIT. The service here is freaking amazing. These people do runners at no charge. They get plates for me, transaction changes. You call them, they call you right back. It is I don't care if these people went up 30% on me. I wouldn't change. The service is that good. I worry about nothing with these people. And I spend almost six figures with them. They're amazing. I have a lot of insurance through them. Wow. They do my personal umbrellas, commercial umbrellas. They do everything. So they're amazing. So if you have a business, go see Sandy down at Roberts Insurance. Trust me, you won't regret it.
All right.
Oh.
They also do boat insurance and watercraft and stuff like that as well.
Wow. All right.
Okay, civil design consultants. I use these people, and I'm absolutely in love with them, Jim Hanley and his crew. I hired a civil engineer that shall remain nameless to do a subdivision plan in Methuen for some lots that I had. I completely got ripped off. It was a client of mine. He treated me like garbage because I was in my mid-30s. I was young. Charged me through the roof. I hired these guys to do my commercial building. I can't believe how amazing they were. They responded quickly. They turned the project around fast. They were amazing. So the average public out there will say, well, why do I need a civil engineer? Well, what if you need a fence and you need a survey done? Right? You got to survey your lot. Mm-hmm. Call Civil Design. They'll take care of you. You need a septic system designed or something of that nature. Call Civil Design. The prices were reasonable. Every time I got an invoice from these guys, I paid them the same day. I was tickled pink. I was so happy. Okay.
Beautiful. And then our last slide for today is going to be Gelinas Structure.
So we're going to be done, really?
No, we're not going to be done. I got
Oh, he's got other things to say. It's just our last slide.
So Gelinas Engineering. This one was inspired by Dan Shabelia, one of my favorite customers. So Dan Shabelia put a little porch on his house.
Yes.
And, the building inspector said, oh, you need a structural engineer. I gave him Dan Gelinas' phone number. I met Dan Gelinas when I was building my primary residence in Methuen. We had an issue with a beam. He came out. The guy was amazing. He did a great job. I hired another structural engineer for a project I was doing up in New Hampshire. Guy was terrible. He wouldn't do what we wanted. He put in the plan what he wanted. We argued with him. No, that's not what we want. He said it can't be done. It was a nightmare. I called Dan Gelinas. Done. I used him recently on my commercial property. The guy came out. He did an amazing job. So he's reasonably priced. They're friendly. They come out whenever you want. So if you have something going on, you're putting a deck on your house, you need a footing somewhere, you want to call a structural engineer. Because anytime you walk into a building department and you don't have an architect, they're going to say, sorry. If you go in there with that plan stamped by a structural engineer, then it gets immediately passed.
Nice.
Okay? So that's important. So we also have that's not listed on here. I got a couple
right.
other
Yeah,
places,
give us
okay?
what else you've got.
So I'm going to give, I might need my glasses for these because we didn't have graphics
Getting
for
old.
these. Yeah, I know. So one of my favorite people to deal with is called a company called Cooper Brothers Paving. They're out of Reading, Massachusetts. Phone number 978-664-1529. The pros with these people, I met Howard about 22 years ago. He does all of our paving on our projects exclusively. Pros, workmanship, absolutely off the charts, amazing. I met him, my builder hired him when I built my house. I said to him when he was building my house, wow, you must love doing this job. It's right up the street from Brock's, the asphalt plants. He says, oh no, we won't go there. And I said, why not? He said, because they used recycled material that's mixed in with the asphalt. We want something that's called virgin mix. There's no recycled material, makes the product last longer. So he was hauling stuff from Reading to do my driveway. He recently did my parking lot at my commercial building. So these guys do an amazing job. Price point, they're up there, but it's perfection. The cons about these people is they're hard to get. So there is a wait. Okay, a lot of times there is a wait just to get a call back.
Do you know if they do any charity work? Not to change the subject.
I don't
Do you know
know.
if they do any charity work?
I don't know.
Because we've got the homeless shelter in Lawrence, Daybreak, and when you pull in the driveway, it's like a 9-foot pothole, right?
No.
And all the money that they get has to go to the homeless, right? So they don't get money to fix potholes.
The first 5 to 7 feet is part of the city, so you might be able to ask the city to fix that.
I think it's a little further in though.
All right. Well, we'll talk off the air.
Okay.
So I have another.
Just always trying to help at Daybreak whenever I can.
How many people know where Merrimack Marine is in Methuen? Where the hookah lounge is.
Oh right,
now?
yeah,
Yes,
that across Kitty Corner.
Yes. So Joe Solomon's nephew, Sam Khalil, okay, great guy. He does all of our stump grinding. Khalil Property Maintenance. They're located on East Street in Methuen. Sam's phone number is 978-683-7936. Great guy. He comes right away. A lot of times I argue with him because I have to pay him. And he's like, yeah, I'll get to it. And when he performs for me constantly, I call him up. I say, Sam, we had a tree taken down. A lot of times Ferris will do our stumps when he does large projects. But if it's a small project where we take the tree down, then I need a stump guy just to come in. And he comes in. He always performs. He gets it done right. It's perfect. But I want to pay him. And I say, Sam, I owe you money. He's like, Dave, you're good. He calls me Dave. Got to talk.
I'll have a talk with him.
Yeah, we got to have a talk with him. So, sometimes I got to chase him to pay him, but very, very honest guy. He does a great job. So I don't know if you had the slide. Did you get the slide for Easton Garage Door?
No, we did not.
Okay,
No.
that's my bad. So Easton Garage Door, they've been around forever. Guy's name is Dave Berryman. He did some work for me at my residence. I recently called him to fix faulty installations at my commercial building. Holy crap. He's got these 2 Dominican guys that work for him, friendly as can be. They came in, smart as a whip. They knew what was wrong with remotes. They knew what was wrong with the openers. They did an install for me. Dave, I called for an estimate. He came out. He scheduled an appointment within 48 hours, came out, looked at the job, said it's going to be a week lead time, did it when they said. I recently called him back a year later to do some other stuff. Amazing guys, because the contractor who installed those monstrous doors, I had issues with them, and they came out. So Easton Garage Door, they're located in Lawrence, 978-683-3158. You give them a call if you need garage door service or installation.
They're right on South Canal Street, right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. They used to be Lawrence Plate as well, but they don't do that anymore. Next contractor is I'm going to speak briefly about this guy. I don't know much about him, but he did a job for my wife. Ben-Hur Tiling. He's located in Methuen.
What a great name.
Yeah. 978-687-6203. Guy's name is Al. He did some work. My wife had him do a pretty exquisite bathroom. Guy was spot on, friendly, showed up, him and his son. So if you need tile work, I recommend Al down at Ben-Hur. So granite and marble countertops, which seems to be the thing. Napolitano on Andover Street in Lawrence.
They've been there forever.
Oh, my God. Not only will you get a nice tour of facility. He'll give you Italian coffee.
Nice.
So he's from Italy.
There's nothing better than Italian dark roast.
He's a friend of my dad. You know, they all from the old country. My father hangs out down there, and they talk about their tomatoes. They have done. They just did Dave Abdu's kitchen. They have done multiple projects for me. There was one bathroom in one residence that I did in a house I was building that they couldn't get it. My wife had somebody else. Wasn't a Napolitano install. Okay, they do nice work. So Napolitano's 978-688-2225, and they're located in Lawrence, so give them a call. Next guy. This guy is diamond in the rough. If you need home screen repair, Main Street Hardware in North Andover.
North Andover, Brian.
Brian is the best.
He's the man.
I don't know how I found him. I think my wife referred me to him.
He used to advertise with us.
Did he?
Yep.
You walk in there. Now, if you're a guy like me, everybody loves a hardware store. It's like a candy store
It's
in
that
there.
smell, too, when you walk right in.
Whew. Brian's friendly. They jump right out. Can I help you? I walk in with a damaged screen. This was eaten by a squirrel, or a piece of ice hit it. He takes it. He tells you what it's going to be. It's perfection. This guy has repaired like 3 screens for me. He's awesome. So give Main Street Hardware a call.
And he's been doing this, this is his craft for life. He's been doing this his whole life. This isn't a guy that just opened a store somewhere, right?
Yeah, I like to support him. I bought tape measures there, rakes, stuff like that. So Main Street Hardware, they're right near Tom's Place, 978-683-4351. Please support a small business like this. These guys were dying.
I'm shocked, pleasantly shocked that they made it through COVID.
Yeah. So he did.
Because all the chain stores were open, but guys like him got screwed.
Yeah. So briefly, I want to hit on another one. Bateson Enterprises in Andover. You need your septic system pumped. These are the guys. I've been dealing with these guys for about 20 years. They do Title V inspections if you're selling your house. They recently did a camera inspection on my commercial property so I could get a permit. 978-475-4786. If you're located in Andover, they specialize in Andover. They do a lot of work in Andover because there's a lot of septic systems in Andover. Methuen, not so much, but they do come to Methuen. They do all of the Merrimack Valley. So they do a great job on that. Does your house have a central vac system? Galaxy Central Vac located in Glen Street in Lawrence.
Okay.
We
the
had
industrial
them,
park.
Yes, we had them service our old house. They did an install on our new house, and as time goes by, they give you like the little vacuums with the brushes and stuff, and you break a wheel or something or a hose. You need an accessory. You walk into their showroom, everything is up on the wall. Every accessory that they sell. So if you how you have that canister in the basement with the central vac, so they service everything. So Galaxy's the place to go. 1-800-238-2294. See, I told you I could get through all of these.
You did.
I got a couple
I
more.
There's 9 more pages to go, and we got 5 minutes left.
That's okay. I got a couple more. So you're buying Matt McClellan, right?
Love Matt McClellan.
Okay. Real estate's on fire. You need a real estate attorney, right? Phillips, Gerstein, and Shannon, located on Canosa Ave in Haverhill. Love this guy. He's done multiple real estate transactions for me. I like him so much that he did my estate planning. He did my will. He's been involved in several litigation cases for me. I've sued quite a few people, never been sued. Knock on wood. He's extremely honest. He turns phone calls around. He fights for you. The only thing negative I can say is I got to fight with him a lot to pay him. Another one, I don't think he charges me enough. A lot of times he does stuff and says, that's good, you're a good customer.
Right.
And I'm like, no, come on, you worked hard on this and you got us a settlement and so forth and so on. So give Russell down at Phillips, Gerstein, and Shannon Law Offices a buzz. 978-374-1133. I can vouch for them. They're the best attorney. So if you need a real estate attorney, I recommended him to some friends. So I'm going to give a quick shout out to a few people. If automotive related, if you need tires, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. If you need tires, Freedom Tire on Broadway in Lawrence, Very, very good experience with them. They service your vehicles as well as tires. If you're looking for a pre-owned car, Mosquito Brothers in Methuen. Very, very honest family. Been doing business with them for years. You got a dent in your car, SK Auto Body. Call Sam down at SK Auto Body. They're located in House Street in Methuen. You need your car towed or need repairs, Sheehan's,
no question.
Sheehan's.
I was going to say, if you said anybody but Sheehan's, I'm going to have to interrupt
I don't
you.
use Sheehan's for commercial, though.
Why?
Because I use Trombley in North Andover because they have the big trucks if they have to tow. So
and a lot of people think Sheehan's is just a towing company.
No.
Sheehan's actually does mechanical work, auto repairs, and he's the only person I let touch my car.
His drivers are very friendly, too.
They're great
they
guys.
Show up. Yeah, they show up. They're very, very friendly. So I just wanted to give a quick free shout out to those guys. So that's my list. I could go on for another 10 minutes. I have other stuff. So
and I also want to add Marston and Son Construction and Sullivan Insurance.
Yeah. So Ronnie has the great. I've never dealt with Ronnie, but from what I hear, he has the greatest reputation as far as a contractor goes.
For Marston and Son, yeah.
He's great.
So that's it. We got 4 minutes left. We didn't think you'd be able to get through that whole list.
Well, I can give you a couple.
There's more.
There's
trust
more.
me. I saw the original list. We had to do a couple of edits on.
Yeah, she did so many edits on me.
Yeah,
that,
we were making jokes.
See how she is?
I said, for how many minutes we have, all you're going to be able to say is like the company name, the phone number, and then say like they're good. And
no,
move
I
on.
had a couple auto related things that I wanted to throw in there, but
do a whole nother show.
I have a bookkeeping and accounting company, Finicchiaro.
You recommended them to me. I'm going to be calling them this week.
There you go.
So I use multiple agencies on this. There's a company called Lopez, Chaff, and Weissman out of Lawrence. They've been doing my corporate stuff for 32 years. They're great. They're a big firm, but they no longer do payroll. I use Finicchiaro for, I own multiple companies. I have like a trust in personal income taxes. We use that firm. Because I have a prior relationship with the bigger firm for my corporate stuff, that's all I use them for. So Finicchiaro is a family-owned. They're great people. They do bookkeeping. They do payroll. They do trust documents. They do everything. So I'll give you their phone number. It's 978-682-0979. Call Santo down at Finicchiaro. They'll do your bookkeeping. They'll do your if you have a large corporation, Lopez, Chaff, and Weissman, they used to be in the Packard building on Parker Street.
Okay.
They just recently moved after 30 years, so they're pretty good.
Wow.
You need home heating oil, Hilton Oil, Lawrence, Fred. He's the great.
Is Fred still around?
Fred's still around.
I've known him. I've known him for probably 45 years.
Fred works like a dog. He's desperate for drivers, so he's out there
can't believe
delivering.
he's still around.
Yeah,
God bless him.
Fred's a good guy. He's done quite a few things for us. He's great. You need diesel delivery. You need home heating oil. Fred's a good guy.
That's fantastic.
I also found another diamond in the rough.
All right, give us one more before we run out.
New England Security Shredding. I found 27 years worth of tax returns in receipts that needed to be shredded. I called the big companies. Outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
You have to bring it to them. These guys showed up with a truck. There's a camera. They show you. It's like $200 for these huge bins that they did.
Wow.
And
That's it?
Yeah, $200. They shredded so much stuff. I can't recommend. They're out of Marlboro. 508-251-0225. I would call. Do not call Shred It. Those the big companies. They may be good, but they're very expensive. I found these guys really reasonable, and you can watch them shred it right in front of you.
Wow.
Okay, so how do you want to close the show?
Well, we should probably talk about our sponsors because we're talking about
and thank
businesses.
David for coming.
Thank David Consoli at Pleasant Valley Landscaping. And you're looking for workers. I've been telling people, if you want to work for a guy who's not going to micromanage you stand over you while you're trying to work, who's a pretty decent guy to work for and pays pretty good, you ought to be calling Pleasant Valley.
We have a good crew. It's a good atmosphere to work in. It's pretty laid back, but we need the right fit. We need the person to come in that's laid back, has a good personality. Mm-hmm. We're not looking for the hardest worker.
You're not working for a hard worker, no?
No,
he didn't say hard, just the hard.
You want someone who's going to show up.
He would like someone that's going to work.
Yeah, we work, but not kill yourself, but fit in with the culture. Mm-hmm. Everybody does their work, but we don't beat our guys into the ground.
Right.
It's Monday through Friday. We don't work weekends.
There you go.
All right, fair enough. I want to thank Randy and I can't remember his name, the other guy that was here last week. Randy and the other guy. Remember his name?
Blink. I don't know,
It was
but
like
whenever
Blake
this
or
show's
something.
running, they won't have technically been here last week, so it's...
Oh, was that the show we put in the can?
What? No,
The
that show
Pleasant
literally ran, but this one's going in the can.
Oh, this one's going in the can, right? So it wouldn't have
Yeah.
been
You're
last
sticking
week.
No, that's what I'm
You're
saying. It
sticking
wouldn't
me
have
in
been
the-
last week. yeah.
I brought you treats and you're sticking me in the can?
It's the...
See how she is?
True. Maybe I can stick next week in the can. I'll run this show.
All right,
for you.
All right. Special thank you to JG's Ice Cream, Pleasant Valley Landscaping, David Consoli, this guy right here.
Yeah, that guy.
AFC Urgent Care, Clear Path for Veterans New England, Tomo and Shake and See. I'm having dinner at Tomo's tonight with my friend Lenny Merrow, who just lost by 1 vote. Borelli's Deli, EIS Investigation and Gun Training, Mercedes Sun Construction, McLennan Real Estate, and we're still waiting on Treehouse Cannabis. We thought they were in this week, but we didn't hear. We'll give him a free shout out
He really
anyway.
lost by 1 vote?
He lost by 1 vote.
That's why I don't get involved in politics.
So he's challenging everything. Melvin Taylor says you gotta go home, so go home already.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.